There's a cartel operating in America, and it's operating in plain sight. You know the cartel by its initials. They're plastered all over the country this month. Their initials, NCAA. For decades, the NCAA has unfairly exploited the talent of our young athletes. 20 years ago, the NCAA signed a $6 billion corporate sponsorship deal. Guess how much of that money went to athletes? Zero. The NCAA pocketed billions of dollars in sponsorship money from brands like Coke, AT&T, and Capital One. Companies like Aflac, Pizza Hut, Buick, and Marriott. In fact, you see their logos everywhere during March Madness. Guess how much of that money went to athletes? You guessed it, zero. In fact, the NCAA rules actually prohibit athletes from getting their own sponsorship deals with brands and companies. The last president of the NCAA, this guy, he got a contract extension for $2.7 million a year for himself, all while keeping athletes from getting any endorsement money. Just 2 months after that contract extension, the NCAA went to the Supreme Court and lost. All 9 justices, liberals and conservatives, said the NCAA was an illegal monopoly. Justice Brett Kavanaugh warned the NCAA to change its rules. He could not have been more clear. Nowhere else in America can businesses get away with agreeing not to pay their workers. The NCAA is not above the law. So did getting warned by the Supreme Court cause the NCAA to change its ways? It did not. I'm doing something about it. I'm Jason Miyares. I'm the Attorney General of Virginia. If the NCAA will not change, I'll make it change. My colleague from the state of Tennessee and I have hauled the NCAA back in the court. We're fighting for our athletes, and we're going to win. Our case is simple. The NCAA is a monopoly. If you want to pursue a career as a football player, you have one choice. Go play college football. You risk your body, you risk your mind, you risk your future. While the NCAA thinks it should make all the money. It's wrong. When one business rigs an entire industry to make a profit for itself, it runs afoul of the antitrust law of the United States, the Sherman Antitrust Act. We've had this antitrust law to protect workers and consumers since the days of Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt was a Republican president who they called the Trust Buster. Also, he was a huge college football fan, and Teddy Roosevelt's reforms saved the game. So now today, in the modern age, we will use Teddy Roosevelt's favorite tool, our antitrust laws, to fix one of Teddy Roosevelt's great passions, college sports. Here's how it works. Athletes want to earn money for NIL, the use of their name, image, and likeness. And under state laws, they can. But the NCAA says that NIL compensation cannot be a factor in college sports recruiting. The NCAA is even trying to punish schools and athletes for doing so, for exercising their legal rights to simply earn money. My lawsuit will shatter this vertical monopoly control. It's filed by me, the Attorney General of Virginia, and my friend, the Attorney General of Tennessee. It's in federal court, halfway between Nashville and Richmond, and we're going to win. The judge has already ruled that we're likely to succeed on the merits of our case, and we'll drag the NCAA all the way to Washington and the Supreme Court if necessary. The bottom line is young people with talent deserve to be rewarded for their skills. If you're an engineering student at Virginia Tech and you invent a brand new technology, you can get paid for that. If you're a musician at VCU and you write a best-selling song, you can get paid for that. If you're an English major at Virginia State and you compose a prize-winning poem, you can keep the royalties. But the only talent at American colleges that does not get rewarded on the open market is our athletes. And I will fight every unreasonable restriction on the rights of our college athletes to monetize their talent. If you could score touchdowns or dunk or hit bombs and it turns a profit for your college, you should get paid. It's just a matter of fairness and common sense. I like to quote the founder of the University of Virginia, a great American, Thomas Jefferson. He said, "Let common sense and common honesty have fair play, and they will soon set things to rights." We will bring common sense and common honesty to college athletics, even if we have to break the NCAA to do it. I'm Jason Miyares. Follow my campaign to bring justice to college sports. Scan the QR code on the screen to receive regular updates as our court case against the NCAA moves ahead. We will win, and we'll win for our student athletes.